What's going on, everybody? Coach Brian with Criticalbench coming at you, strength coach here, and we're showing all the hamstring exercises that you should be doing to get those hamstrings going, okay? So if you're stuck at home, if you're stuck at the office, or if you have access to a gym, all the exercises that you need to be doing will be contained in the next few minutes here. But real quick, if you're not familiar with the hamstrings are, they're pretty much the back of your upper leg, opposite of your quads or your thighs. So the hamstring is a very important muscle because it serves two main functions. One is to flex the knee, like bringing your butt or your heel to your butt. So like when you're walking, that nice little cycle you're going through. So that helps with knee flexion. The second one is hip extension when your trunk, your upper body is fixed. So like if you're in a seated position and you stand up, you squeeze the glutes a little bit, the hamstrings start firing. So the main reason to train those hamstrings is to balance out your dominant muscles or your quads and also your hip flexors. A lot of people just tend to focus on the front part of your body and neglect the back part of your body, being those hamstrings. So again, if you're looking for the hamstring exercises, this video has everything you need to get those hamstrings training. So let's start off with the best exercises that you can do without equipment or without resistance. In other words, you can do these exercises at home whenever you want. So in no particular order, get ready to see these top hamstring exercises. So I know you loved watching Amanda do those exercises there on all body weight or non-equipment hamstring exercises. So let's say that wasn't enough for you and you want to throw some weight on a barbell and you want to start actually hitting those hamstrings a lot harder. Well, now I'm going to show you the 5 best hamstring exercises you can use with resistance. Now some of those exercises you just saw Amanda doing, you can add resistance to that, no problem whatsoever. But just keep in mind that not everybody has access to using equipment or resistance, so that's why we showed you those. I do some body weight training for my hamstrings. They feel good, but sometimes you just got to add some weight to a bar and get the most out of your workout. First exercise, yeah, this is a kind of a glute exercise. It's a glute exercise, but there's a way you can get those hamstrings fired up. Foot position. So I'm talking about the hip thrust right here. If you've watched some of our previous videos, we love the hip thrust. We use it a lot. It's a great tool to build those glutes. So what you need to do is get yourself situated, get the bar right on the on your waist there, Shoulder blades pulled back here. Now this weight isn't a lot of weight, but what I want you to do for the hamstrings, you're gonna walk your feet a little more forward, okay? So your feet aren't close to the body. The closer your feet are to the body, the more glute you're gonna get. The further away, hamstrings. That's the secret to this exercise for those hamstrings. Ready to lift? Right there, keep those toes pointed up, back down. Up, back down. I'll give you one more. Back down. So that's probably my favorite hamstring exercise. Make sure your feet are further out away from the body when you're moving that lift. So this second exercise, there's two in the same deadlift. You've got your RDL, your Romanian deadlift, but also your stiff leg deadlift. Love these two exercises. Phenomenal for the hamstrings. So the first one is your RDL. So traditional stance, hands a little wider than the knees, butt down a little bit, chin tucked in, stand up. That's pretty much it right there. Down. So the knees will bend a little bit on this one. Okay, very simple. I know you've done that exercise before. Now stiff leg is a little different. It's just exactly what the name says. It's a stiff leg deadlift. So pretty similar in the movement, however, the legs are stiff. Feet slightly closer together, knees are slightly bent, and they stay slightly bent throughout the entire movement. Butt is up higher, back is flat. Stand up. Okay? Weight goes straight down, stand back up. Now notice my knees stay slightly bent, and I'm not going into a squat position. Take your time. Only go down as far as your body allows. Don't try to go to the floor if you can't. Go to where your body allows. I can't stress that enough. So that's your third exercise. Fourth exercise is a good morning. So you're gonna take the bar, put it on your shoulders, right there. Same position with the feet as the stiff leg. Lean forward, butt goes back. Very small movement, very effective. Take your time. Butt goes back. One more. Good. All right, last exercise. You're gonna get on the bench. Get yourself a dumbbell. Hamstring curl. All right, so if you have a hamstring machine at the gym, that's a great exercise you can use with resistance. And some gyms even have the lion hamstring curl. That's a great exercise as well. But if you don't have access to either of those pieces of equipment, the lion hamstring curl we use in a dumbbell is just as good. Kind of tricky to get set up, so if you have a partner, it's really best to use a partner for this exercise. However, you got to be somewhat creative in getting your feet in there. So all you need is a dumbbell, flat bench, right there. Now notice my knees are hanging off, pushing my stomach down to the bench. There we go. Pointing my toes. Anytime you point your toes, you take the gastroc, your calf, out of the equation and focus more on these hamstrings. Full extension, full contraction. When you dismount, just let go, stand back up. So those are the 5 best exercises you can be using for those hamstrings using equipment, resistance, weight, whatever. So as you saw in the past couple minutes, there are a lot of different hamstring exercises that you can be using to increase size, power, strength, and also just help prevent injuries, because again, a lot of people just neglect the hamstrings because either 1, they're painful, or 2, they just don't really care about them because you can't ever really see them unless you're in a bathing suit all the time. So hopefully you learned a thing or two on hamstrings and how to train them properly using these best exercises. Now, we can't always talk about just the hamstrings. There is a good connection between the glutes and the hamstrings. So we spent a lot of time on the glutes. So we wrote a report called the 5-minute glute workout. We do talk about things like proper stretching of the hips, hamstring strength, and things like that. You definitely want to check it out. It's free. It's for you, and there's 1 of 2 ways to get it. You can go to the video description area in this corner. There's a little tiny arrow. Click it. That's going to open up that video description area. There's a link at the top that says criticalbench.com/glutes. Click that link, give us your email, and the report is on its way to you immediately. An easier option is to simply click this box right here. Click it, give us your email, the report is on its way to you. Not only that, make sure you subscribe to our channel by clicking over here, and also check out this other video that I know you're going to find helpful. Other than that, leave us a comment or question or suggestion in the comment section below. That's all I've got for you. I'm Coach Brian, criticalbench.com. Thanks for watching.